Good campus.
Thank you for coming to this celebration. This is a lifelong celebration of a very young person, all of 18 years of age. Our very own DEMETRE Roberts gets celebrated today for what he's done throughout his career, academically and athletically to this point. DEMETRE has been an absolute joy to know and to coach. In his 4 years here on varsity, he is just a dedicated person, hard work. I've never heard a teacher, staff member, or teammate say a negative about him. It's been a privilege to be his coach. All of our coaches will echo that sentiment. And today is the ultimate. I always tell the players, you never want to see your mom cry. And I use the exception. I say, except on one day when you sign your national letter of intent. So I don't know if mom is going to cry, but DEMETRE got her here. She's up at the table, focused because of what he's accomplished. He's been a leader here. He was MVP of the state championship in 2017. He's just been, he's an icon of Mount Vernon basketball. Him and his running mate, Jason Douglas Stanley, have been gifts to this program and to this school district for the last 4 years. They've elevated many things. Our team has been elevated because of DEMETRE Roberts. The future generation is going to be held to a higher standard because of him. Just looked at his third marking period report card. I can't wait to tell Tobin Anderson, his future coach. He's a great coach. Warm atmosphere at St. Thomas Aquinas. It's not too far, so he's going to have the Mount Vernon support system staying with him forever. We are, as judged by the size of this audience, we have so many people who he has positively affected, and I know some of you are going to want to say some things, so I'm going to pass the baton by calling up the leader of our building, who is a great sports advocate. This is Principal Ron Gonzalez.
I'm so proud of you. This was an interesting year because I got to see how you develop favoritism. You always have favorites. Whenever someone tells you you shouldn't have favorites, you have to look at the work ethic of people, and that's how your favorites come out. You develop favorites by winning championships. And the championships are not won the day of the game. The championships are won at 5:30 in the morning when everyone else is sleeping. The championships are won at 8, 9 o'clock on a Friday night when everyone else wants to hang out and you're in the gym, you're putting in the work. The work ethic sticks with you in all that you do, from the classroom, from the gymnasium into the classroom, from the weight room into the classroom, from the classroom to interactions with any adult. I would be proud to call Meech my very own son in the interactions that I've had with him. So so proud of you for that. I was a little shocked. I had to hear it like 3 or 4 times. Your squat, what was that, 5-something you squat this year? I couldn't believe it, but you know, when I see the work ethic being put in, it's easier to believe. When you can, you guys know my own kids are around you guys all the time. When my son aspires to have the work ethic and looks up to some of the things that you all do, that brings me great joy, because there's ups and downs in being the principal here. You guys know that. And one of the best ups I'll ever have is when my own children, whom I'm pouring everything into, really aspire to do some of the things that you guys are doing. To watch Meech handle the basketball, like literally my 11-year-old is like watching Meech on YouTube, trying to mimic what he's doing in the bedroom. And that's special to me, so you'll always have a very special place in my heart for that. I'm very, very proud of you. You know, the negative in this, coach, is that we lose Meech onto the next level, but the positives always outweigh that one negative. Had an interesting conversation. This is the last thing I'll say before I introduce the big boss. Had an interesting conversation with someone today about college athletics and what does it mean to be part of a college athletic experience. I was part of that myself through college, and you know, with a daughter in college now, I get to see what the tuition bill is. So for me, it's not D1, it's not D2, it's not D3, it's D-free. So Meech, congratulations for going D-free. Free tuition for 4 years to educate yourself to move on to bigger and better things. I'm so happy and so proud that you are. And I get the duty and the honor to introduce the boss, who, as Coach Semino mentioned about me loving athletics and supporting what you all do, I have yet to meet anyone in all of my professional experience that deeply cares about kids and everything that you should have, everything that should be part of your life, this man is committed to, and that's obviously including the athletics. So our superintendent of schools, Dr. Kenneth R. Hamilton.
Good afternoon, everyone. So there's a lot of things that happen in our district that sometimes get painted in a negative light. The news seems to expound upon things that are sensationalized and things that sometimes make us not look as good as we ought. But events like this and events where we celebrate students who are doing the right thing and your victories as a team really shine a very positive light on Mount Vernon. And these are the kinds of things that we need to celebrate and get out into the media more often. And I have to say, I would be remiss as we acknowledge what DEMETRE is celebrating today and what other students have celebrated. I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge the people who provide the leadership to make that happen, and that happens to be all of your coaches, specifically Coach Semino, so let's give him a round of applause. Having worked in different states and in different schools, in schools of all different kind of socioeconomic makeup and all kinds of demographics, I have yet to work someplace where kids have been so genuinely sincere about their commitment to the things that they do, and such authentic, pure children who are about the business of whatever it is they commit themselves to doing. So in spite of all the ups and downs that Mr. Gonzalez talked about that happens in our district, it's times like this, which is why I always try to make it my business to attend these kinds of events. It's times like this where we get to pump our fists, if you will, and talk about how proud we are to be a part of this community. So to DEMETRE, I say congratulations. I encourage you to take with you all those things that you have learned under the leadership here at Mount Vernon, and know that college is going to present a whole lot of distractions for you. And it's okay to have fun and to experience life and being young, but never forget the foundation that has been set for you, and stay within the boundaries and stay within the principles that you have learned, because the lessons you have learned under the leadership of Coach Semino are lessons that will carry you through life. So congratulations to you, congratulations to our coaches, and congratulations to the entire team for making Mount Vernon shine the way that you do. Thank you.
Thank you, Doc. Appreciate those words. I would ask all of the Mount Vernon coaches to please come up here and say a few words about Beep Beep. Where is it? Oh.
there's going to be a lot that's going to be said about Meech's exploits on the court. I'm going to focus on a different part here. You know, in our community, we have a lot of reasons to complain about what happens to our kids. But sometimes it takes a selfless act or a whole bunch of selfless acts to try to make a serious difference. In this case, there's this gentleman who has 3 kids, and somehow on a kid that needed mentorship said, hey, you know what? I'll take it on. And he volunteered. He volunteered his time to the point where now he can sit up here to where Meech can say, hey, that's my dad. That is a huge, huge thing going forward here. What Kenny and Meech has done and the relationship that they have has left a lasting impression on the Mount Vernon Junior Knights. You know, playing basketball is great, and coaching basketball is great. But being able to use basketball to mentor a young man, to better up his life the way he's going to do today, and then for him to pass it on to a similarly situated person, young person, to help that person go on, that's priceless. So on behalf of Mount Vernon Junior Knights, my man, great job, all the best. And Kenny, well done, my man, well done.
Meech, I want to tell you, I am very, very proud of what you have done. I've seen Meech when he was in 8th grade. Basically, I was doing some practices out of Longfellow as a JV coach, and I seen him in 8th grade. I started doing my workouts, and Meech is the type of person where he never quits, never gives up. And he's like, yo, I see this Jared doing that. I'm trying to do that too. So he did the workout, and he was better than a lot of people that were actually doing the workout. And from there, I was like, yo, next year, I'm gonna have the best point guard on my JV team. We're gonna have a squad. We're gonna be deep. It's gonna be like 20 of us. We're gonna play 5 guards, and then coach brings them and put them on varsity. This whole time, I'm talking to coach every day. Coach, I need him, I need him, I need him. The last day, he's up on vars. But the one thing I want to say is I'm very, very proud of you because you worked your way from, especially with that team that you had, that 8th grade team where there's about 6, 7 guards on that team, to you being the definite point guard to come out of that group. So your work ethic and your pride and how you work and how you move is I'm very, very proud, and I'm thankful to be a coach of yours. Good. Nah, all right. But the one thing I say about Meech, one thing that I like about him, and especially being a leader and a captain that he is not a very much, he don't talk that much. Everything is straightforward, it's straight seriousness. Anytime he needed a ride, he go Chomps. And I know, make sure the front seat is covered, nobody sit in the front seat because he needs to ride home. So him being a leader by showing by example is a great way to go around, and just think about all of the Mount Vernon kids that you're basically that are looking up to you right now and seeing this happen and seeing you sign your letter of intent. And a lot of these kids want to be like you. So thank you very much for allowing me to coach you, and thank you very much for being the person that you are, bro.
Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you, and you're showing very much love and support to Meech. I could say the same thing as Coach Chomps, but I just want to congratulate the family and especially the team players, and Meech, the best of luck to you. Thank you. BB, and you ain't caught him yet.
Good afternoon, everybody. Meech, me and you, we know, I didn't know you for that long. We know each other for about like 2 years now. I just want to thank you for my first state championship as a coach and my 2 gold balls. So thank you for that. Hey, yo. Hey. Congratulations on the scholarship. Congratulations to the family. Kenny did a great job. I call you the general for a reason because you lead by example. You know what I'm saying? You're teaching all these kids how to be a general. You know what I mean? So lead on, man. Lead on, King. Lead on.
I just want to tell you how proud I am of you, what you did these last 4 or 5 years, bro. get better. And your confidence level went from here to here, and never more evident in that Pine Ridge game because you weren't going to let us lose that game. And I know whatever you do in life, whatever you choose to do, I know you will be successful. So good luck the rest of your life.
Coach Tone hit me up. He said he wanted to give you a big shout out. He couldn't be here.
Well, actually, that's not true.
You see it? Oh.
There's more than one.
Oh.
We were very fortunate to make contact through one of Mr. Stanley's past relations with basketball. And we do have Coach Tony here. He's from the Riverside Church where Meech and Jay played their AAU season last year. And he took tremendous care of both of them. And he's doing the same with our Mount Vernon players now. This is a friend of Mount Vernon. Coach Tony, would you please address the young man?
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for letting me be a part of the Mount Vernon family. Meech, everyone's giving congratulations and things like that. I want to say congratulations to you as well. You and Jay, our team last year would not have been as productive as we were without the two of you playing for us. So I'm glad that I got you from where you came from. I'm glad that you guys came and joined my team at Riverside. And I hope you enjoyed the summer along with Jay doing what you guys did. I gave you the freedom to do whatever you wanted to do, and I didn't want to cross lines and have you guys feel that you weren't going to have the freedom that you had at the Mount Vernon, because you guys were the seniors. I'm sure Coach was looking forward to you guys leading that team. So I hope that it rolled into this productive season that you guys had. So I didn't change the course that you guys were on. So appreciate you guys having me around. Jay Bands loves you too, by the way, and I'll speak to you guys later.
Thank you, Coach. At this time, I'd like to call up an integral part of the Mount Vernon basketball community. We have a great, fantastic relationship with Destination College, so I know we have some Destination College people here. I'd love to have you folks say something about DEMETRE. This is Miss Nancy McKenna, folks.
We've known DEMETRE for 4 years at least, and he is all that everyone has said about him. He's hardworking, and I hope I don't cry here myself, but he's a lovely, lovely human being, as I've told him many times in text. He's responsible, he's helpful to me. I run the basketball program, and anything I ever need, DEMETRE's right there to help me, and he's a superhuman being. So I wish him all the best. I'm thrilled for him today. Congratulations to his mom, congratulations to Kenny. DEMETRE wrote a beautiful essay about his dad for his college application. I hope he shared that with you, Kenny. It's really lovely. And I know he's going to be a wonderful person in life, and he's going to be just wonderful at anything he does. And we all love him at Destination College. I hope other people say something too, because we are going to miss you so much next year. And you're going to come back and visit us really. All the best.
If any other teachers or counselors or adults would like to come up, please come up now. Coach Tone is in the house. Come on.
No, I didn't bring it home. Hello, everybody. Wow. How you've, the years, it seemed like you've been around forever. I want to congratulate your mom. I want to congratulate Kenny. But most of all, I want to congratulate you on what you've become and where you're going. I don't think they know what they got. Because you are going to shine there, not only academically and basketball, but as a human being. You're just so special. And I'm so glad that I got a chance to know you. And not going to stop knowing you, but I'm really, really happy and excited for you, man. I'm serious. Good luck.
16 bars, man.
Nah.
16.
This next speaker I've known for many, many years. He's been a coach in many different programs. He's a friend and he's really helped out. And he went from being what I think is a coach, and now DEMETRE gives him the ultimate respect and the ultimate amount of love by calling him his dad. So I'd like to get Mr. Kenny Tyler up here. It's on you. It's on you.
Coach knows I hate speaking publicly. I'm like in the background, so I kind of get it from who I was raised by. A lot of people don't know this, but he's in the background. I'm gonna ask him to come and say something anyway, even though, come on Stanley, nah. That's right, get him back in there. Nah. That's going right. But come on, you don't want to say something?
He's got a situation he's taking care of.
Oh yeah. Now we got work, right? Now this. All right. I don't even know where to start. Started off with one car ride. Started off with him talking junk in the gym. I mean, y'all say he quiet. I'm waiting to see that. I don't know that quiet. I didn't think he was going to be good at basketball. I stated that a long time ago. But one day in the gym, we were working out. Had to be about 8 o'clock at night. We're in the club putting up shots. Me and him, just my regular routine. I'm trying to get in shape. He started talking junk. Come on, check up. Throw the ball out. I said, what you doing, man? Come on, I'm leaving. Nah, check up. Okay, check up. We play a one-on-one. He loses. I go to take off my shoes. No, check up. Okay, I put my shoes back on. We play a game. We play about 5 more games. He loses all 5 games. I go to get dressed. I'm tired. I'm done. I can't move. He goes, gets water. He comes in the office, puts the ball right next to my feet. Yo, check up. What's going on here? You gotta be kidding me. So I look at the time. Okay, it's 10 o'clock. All right. We play about 10 more one-on-one games. I can't feel my legs. I can't feel my face. I can't feel my fingers. He loses all 10 games. He says, check up. It's now 10:30 at night. Score had to be 10 up. He refused to leave. He's only in the 8th grade, guys. He refused to leave until he won. We didn't leave that gym until 1 o'clock in the morning. He didn't win a game, but he came back the next day and wanted to repeat the same process. From that day, I knew he was going to be something. I knew. No matter what he put his mind to, he sets his mind on it, he's focused on it, and he's going to get it done. I mean, whew.
You want to check up now?
Still will lose. I always tell him God don't make no mistakes. There was a point in my life where everything was going wrong for me. And that night happened to be one of them. But me seeing how motivated he was, it motivated me to make sure that this kid saw this through. And we could count countless times. He's been thrown out of the gym, yelling and cursing at each other. Everybody sees that, they got a picture of it. This is his favorite motion. This is him. He gives me this all the time with a few words. But with that being said, it was all worth it. It was all worth it. And I've never been more proud in my life of anything. Meech is gonna do great. He knows he's gonna do great. Everybody has different paths, and sometimes our paths are harder than others. But this is the right path for him. He's gonna do really, really great work. Really, really great work. And I've never been more proud of anything in my life. So congratulations, Meech. Stop putting me on the spot.
You did good. You're getting called up every time. He's way too quiet, so we'll get some varsity players to please come up and say some things about it. Come on up, talk about your team. Let's go, everybody up. Go, JDS.
Good afternoon, everybody. I want to say congratulations to you. You've really been a big brother to me. I appreciate everything you do. Good luck.
You know what I mean? So I want to say congrats to you, bro. I only been on balls for 1 game, that's this year. And you taught me a lot, you taught me a whole lot. But I just want to say congratulations to you.
We all knew this day would come. It's only a matter of time. Hard work, doing what you gotta do in school, make sure your family's right. All the things your mom and your dad implemented in your life. But the hunger for more, wanting to do better for yourself, and just being a dog out on the court, that's something you gotta have in you. That's something you just gotta have. That's something you do. That's why you have to push your ass, you know. Keep going. There's only more from here. We all have, me and the team, we're proud of you. We wish you nothing but the best.
Brad taught me a lot, still teaching me a lot. Going to the gym, yell at me every day. I don't like it, but helpful. And I hope I could be where you are someday.
You'll get there. Say it with your chest.
I just want to say thank you for everything you've done, and always making fun of me. You're always a leader on the court, hard worker, hustler. I just want to say thank you, man.
Meech, I knew you for a while now, like a big brother to me, a mentor. I look up to you a lot, and every day is where me, you, and Jay don't want to work out, and Mr. Stanley or Kenny hit us up 7:30 tonight. We all three of us just look at each other and say, damn. But it paid off. You know, keep doing you, don't change for nobody else, keep going. I wish nothing but the best of you.
I mean, I first met Meech when I was in, what, 8th grade, going to, I don't know. I mean, I appreciate what you've done for me. You taught me a lot. There's times where me and you, we got into arguments and like, anything could have happened, but like, but I appreciate everything you've done.
I just want to say congratulations. Like, everybody knows Meech is like a big brother to me, and like out of everybody on the team, he would like not pick on me like physically, but like on the court, he would like do me dirty. Every day I work out, I'm like, yo, Meech did this, Meech did that, I gotta do that too, I gotta do that too. Like, he's always been like a big role model for me, on and off the court. Like, schoolwork, I'm like, Meech is passing, so I gotta pass too. Meech is there, so I gotta get there too. Hopefully I get the same place he gets to. And congratulations.
All right.
Congratulations. It was always static in the locker room. Always talking trash to each other in practice, especially in shells. Always talking crazy. Gotta put him in his place, Congrats, bro. Love you, bro.
Just want to say congratulations. I'm proud of you. I remember in junior nights, we used to play 5, right? Power forward. And it used to get on my nerves. Still get on my nerves, like a squirrel to me a little bit, but I'm proud of you. Good luck in college, and thank you for what you've done for me.
Good afternoon, everybody. Pardon me. What's up, my guy? He's a smooth guy. Anyways, we're here on behalf of DEMETRE. That's my name. And let me start from when I met him. Right? I met him in around 8th grade, right? 8th grade. I was a lot better than him. I felt as if I was a lot better than him. But one thing he showed me is that hard work will always succeed. One thing Coach said to me was that if you don't work on your gifts, you will lose them. If you don't work on your gifts, you will lose them. And one thing I can say about DEMETRE is every day, he hasn't taken a day for granted. He's worked hard every day since I met him. He has heart, he's a workhorse, and I know wherever he goes, he'll be successful. He's more than a teammate, he's a brother to me. Have a good journey on wherever you're going.
Good afternoon, everybody. Me and Meech knew each other for a long time. I was probably around him the longest. We've been working out since like 7th grade, maybe. When I tell y'all, between me and him, nobody really thought that we were going to be where we are now. Him signing his national intern, me signing earlier. Nobody really thought we was going to do this, but we both worked hard, especially Meech. I mean, he was a harder worker than me, and I had to catch up to his point because I came from Valhalla. I don't even think people in here probably know what Valhalla is unless y'all know the jail, but I came from the high school there. I just remember coming in, me and Meech, and he was strong and short. I'm like, dang. How am I supposed to go up against this? He's shorter than me. I'm gonna take it easy on him, but he was strong. He was always tough, and he had a lot of heart, and he got that from Kenny. So Kenny's been a mentor to me and him, and my dad, Mr. Stanley, they put a lot of pain on us in the gym. But it's a lot of times we did not want to get in the gym. We did not. We were lazy at points, but we always knew that working out was something we had to do. We wasn't forced by Kenny or my dad to work out. It just felt like it was a part of life. So it's something that we do, and it made us better to this day. So Meech is on to his next point, which is college, and he's ready for it because Kenny helped him prepare, and my dad helped him prepare to be ready for this, and he's a great player. And this is something he's been waiting to do his whole life, was to go to college, go to the next level. And as a basketball player, everybody in high school, seniors, going to college for free is your next step. That should be one of your first goals, and that's something Meech accomplished, so I'm proud of you, boy.
Any of DEMETRE's friends would like to come up? Any of his friends would like to come up and wish him happy?
I'm kind of mob, but I just want to say congrats, Meech. You since 7th grade, my boy. You put a lot of hours in the gym, and you worked us out a lot, and it paid off, my boy. Congrats.
I just want to say congratulations, bro. I don't really do it, but that's my guy, so I have
I'd like to ask Mr. with Bill Davis to please come up. And say a few words.
Where's the microphone? Good afternoon, everyone. That determines how much I need it. DEMETRE, the Roadrunner Robbins. Congratulations on your accomplishments both on the court and off the court. DEMETRE is one of the most spectacular and dynamic players I've seen watching players at Mount Vernon. And you can look at my hair and look at me and see I've been here a long time. He is absolutely fantastic. I was particularly impressed to hear about his work academically. And the thing that I really learned today is that, DEMETRE, you have to solve the problem of encountering any problem you have in your life. You know the formula for solving that problem, and I heard it from Kenny. All you have to do is use that same determination you used when you did checkup with him. Whenever you encounter a problem, whenever any of you encounter a problem, check up. Don't let anybody work harder than you do. And don't quit. Particularly, don't quit on yourself. Again, congratulations on your accomplishments. I hope to get over there and see you. And St. Thomas Aquinas does not know what they're getting. They are getting a gem in three counts, really. Academically, athletically, and personality-wise. You have it all. And remember, check up. Hey, man. How you doing? Congratulations, you've got a very, very fine son. You know what I think of him. And you are one bad man.
Well, we have two things left to do, and one of them is for DEMETRE to sign, along with his mom, the national letter of intent to make it official. Coach Tobin is anxiously awaiting to receive this letter. College coaches are not allowed to come to these ceremonies. That's why him and his whole staff are not here. But he texted me this morning. Everybody over there is excited about what DEMETRE is going to bring to their campus. So the other thing is, we'd like to hear from the man whose day it is. It's your podium, sir.
I want to start off by thanking everybody for coming here and supporting me. It's been an amazing 4 years here. For the coaches, I want to thank y'all for pushing me harder since I was not even a freshman, but just coming into high school, pushing me. Coach Meech being the best coach I ever had. My dad, I'm not going to get on him. But other than that, I just want to thank everybody for coming.
Lonnie, you gonna get ready? Get those phones out.
Yes, sir.
How you? By the way, could you just give everybody the fist for a quick minute? The left fist. Oh, there it is. There it is.
Yes, sir. The ice waste.
Ice.
Ain't a nose. It's cold in here. Oh my God. Look up. Yes, sir. This is ice. Miko, ice waste. 426. Yes, sir.
Okay. Get those phones out.
Yes, sir.
How you? By the way, could you just give everybody the fist for a quick minute? The left fist. Oh, there it is. There it is.
Yes, sir. The ice waste.
Ice.
Ain't a nose. It's cold in here. Oh my God. Look up. Yes, sir. This is ice. Miko, ice waste. 426. Yes, sir.
Same thing, different day. I'm taking notes.
Very nice.
Meech, let's look at our sign that way.
Good. Mom, sign first. Mom, sign there. Underneath. Good. You're gonna sign right above it. Above Mom. It's a done deal. People, you're allowed to officially clap now. This will get faxed back to them. He is committed now. He is in writing. He is property of Stack, St. Thomas Aquinas. We're going to have food in about 5 minutes. So everybody please come up, shake his hand, get your pictures.